Hey, welcome back, everyone. How you doing? I wish everybody happy 4th of July, safe and happy 4th of July for those of you who live in the United States of America. And let's get right into this. This is going to be my overview on the value of LG OLED 48-inch gaming TV. So I'm just kind of going to go through this step by step and give you my opinion on why I believe that 48-inch C-10 by LG OLED TV, gaming OLED TV, to me it's considered probably the best value that you can get for $1,500. So let's dive right into this. Let me give you my opinions on it. This is not a review. Review is coming on July 10th, next Friday. Keep an eye on that. But this is just me giving you a overview. All right, so this is a 2020 new lineup of LG OLED televisions. LG has so many different models. They're specifically designed for certain purposes, whether you want to watch movies, sports, or video games you want to play. Now, if you're somebody who is interested in just strictly playing video games, well, this television, this model, C10 2020 48-inch OLED TV is probably your best bet. So now let's go ahead and let's dive right into this. First and foremost, it has a brand new third generation Alpha 9 processing chip. Some of you will call it A9, nickname A9, but it's correctly called Alpha 9 processing chip. And what this chip basically does, it brings all of that magic together. Not only does it bring a excellent upscaling to 4K on your existing 1080p footage, but at the same time it helps with all the other processing that this TV has, from HDMI 2.1 input 40 gigabits per second to Motion Pro, Motion Flow processing as well, where you have almost non-existent judder when that soap opera effect happens if you're watching sports, and of course the gaming to utilize that 120 hertz refresh rate with a G-Sync and a FreeSync. So this is where all that magic happens. It happens with this Alpha 9 third generation processing chip. And this right here is just one of the reasons why you should consider getting this TV. But let's move on to the most important reason as to why a gamer would consider getting this TV. All right. We already talked about that it has this processing chip, and it also has built-in smart features like a Thank You AI, where you can have Alexa do certain things for you. It has a built-in Alexa in it, so if you want to utilize Alexa, you can do that through your microphone on your Magic Remote control. You can ask her to search for certain things. So that's one of the cool accolades that it comes with. Not to mention a unbelievably awesome user interface that the LG has, along with that remote control. Tons of accessibilities, easy way to access anything you want to access. Probably one of the best user interfaces I have seen on any television brand. And I have tried them all. I've tried Samsung, Sony, Vizio, TCL, you name it. I have tried it all. And LG brings the best user interface that I have seen. Now, let's talk about the gaming, because this is what you guys are mainly focused on and interested on. So the gaming aspect of this OLED 48-inch TV is the kicker. It supports the G-Sync, NVIDIA G-Sync capability. Now, what is the G-Sync? G-Sync, it's basically NVIDIA's way of keeping that smooth gaming experience without any tearing. So when you are using your mouse when you connect your PC and you're using your mouse and you're moving really fast, let's say you're playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or Counter-Strike, any of these games, the G-Sync is going to make sure that you're having that smooth, no tearing screen experience. So there won't be any tearing when you are connecting your PC to this television. It's kind of like a monitor, like your G-Sync monitor. And on top of that, not only do you have this G-Sync capability, but they also included a FreeSync capability as well. So you got both G-Sync and a FreeSync capabilities. So whether you are using a G-Sync or whether you are using AMD's card, NVIDIA's card, or AMD's card, it doesn't really matter which card you're using, the OLED got you covered. And that's the kicker. And they all support 120 Hertz variable refresh rate. So not only are you going to get that G-Sync experience and FreeSync experience from both of your AMD or NVIDIA GPUs, but at the same time you're getting 120 Hertz refresh rate with a very, very low input lag. Now on the consoles, you're going to get a 13 millisecond response time through the HDMI. On the PC, you probably might get even lower response time due to the GPU. So that's the one kicker right there. You can connect your PC to this television, or you can put it on the desk and just move away, and then there you go. So you have that right there. As you can see right here, this LG OLED TV works seamlessly with NVIDIA G-Sync. It supports both NVIDIA G-Sync and the FreeSync. You know, they don't advertise as much the FreeSync, but it is supported. It's confirmed to me by LG that it does support the FreeSync where it's available. Okay. But here, majority of you are going to be using a G-Sync because that's the best syncing, zero tearing type of performance that you get from the NVIDIA card. And to be honest, majority of PCs, they're using NVIDIA cards. So it's perfect. Now, another important thing that majority of you are going to be really interested, not so much connecting your PC. Sure, connecting your PC, that's an awesome option that you have that you can connect your PC. But this is where I think majority of you going to be really interested in. You're going to be interested in the ability to have that HDMI 2.1 fastest bandwidth processing. What does this mean, the HDMI 2.1? That means that your newest consoles, they're coming out, like PlayStation 5, X Series X, you'll be able to utilize the fastest possible bandwidth between your console HDMI chipset input and your television. Your HDMI output from your consoles to your HDMI input to your television. So you'll be getting that seemingly super fast bandwidth that it's required for you to have all of this gaming processing done perfectly, so that way you don't have any issues as far as the performance. And I think this is where majority of you are going to benefit with the new consoles coming out, PlayStation 5 and X Series X this holiday season. And this television here, it's a perfect example of why majority of you should go ahead and think about this TV. It's almost like it's specifically aimed and designed for the newest consoles that are coming out. Now, why they call it 2.1? They call it 2.1 and not 2.0 because the 2.0 HDMI can only go up to 18 gigabits per second. That's as high as it can go, which is still pretty good. I've been using it. However, for you to truly utilize that 120 hertz, the G-Sync, and the FreeSync properly, you need higher bandwidth. So what did they do? They created a chipset called 2.1, which stands for ultra high speed. Not the high speed. High speed, it's only 18 gigabits per second. I think it can go up to 20 is the maximum on the 2.0. 20 gigabits per second is the maximum. This is 40 gigabits per second maximum. So you are getting now an extra 20 gigabits per second to give you that faster bandwidth. And you're going to benefit with this, especially if you have HDMI 2.1 ultra high speed Belkin cables, the cables that I've been talking about, the cables that I've been telling you 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago to go ahead and purchase those cables for this reason. And they're called ultra high speed. Just remember that they're always going to call it ultra high speed. And that's what this is, an ultra high speed HDMI. So you're getting this 120 hertz, 40 gigabits per second bandwidth, and then gives you the 120 hertz 444 10 bits per component. And here's another great feature with HDMI 2.1, which I have tested on this LG 48-inch television. Not only can you do 120 hertz with 1440p variable refresh rate and 13 millisecond response time and very low input lag, but you also can utilize HDR. So you are getting 120 hertz, 1440p, upscale to 4K with HDR. That's because LG has this new technology called HDR Gaming Interest Group, HGIG, and HGIG allows you to have that HDR while you're playing in the lowest input lag. Think about it. You're playing Call of Duty on the lowest input lag that the OLED can achieve, 13 millisecond response time, and you're getting that 120 hertz refresh rate on top of a FreeSync and a G-Sync and HDR due to the HGIG. So you're going to get, not are you going to get just the best possible gaming experience on your PlayStation 5 and your X Series X, but at the same time, you're going to get that HDR quality with OLED. And OLED is the best panel, period, out there. I already spoke about that because it's a self-lighting panel. It lights by itself. It doesn't require any backlit light behind it, unlike LCD that requires that. So this right here, not only are you going to get the best possible panel, which is self-lighting OLED, the best possible contrast ratio, but at the same time, you're going to get the HDR. And with the HDR combined with the OLED and 120 hertz refresh rate with a HDMI 2.1, 40 gigabits per second, highest bandwidth, and 1440p upscale to 4K with HDR, HGIG, you're going to have an amazing gaming experience, 100%. How do I know this? Well, LG has gifted this TV to me. I've been testing it now for a couple of weeks. The review is coming out on July 10th, so I know pretty much what this TV can do. And I've been in contact with LG all this time, so they have confirmed it to me as well. There it is, HDIG. I was just talking about the HDIG profile for HDR gaming. Turn up your HDR gaming experience. High dynamic range isn't just for movies. HDR gaming drops players right into the action for a new level of immersion gaming. LG has joined some of the biggest developers and tech companies in gaming to ensure the best HDR gaming experience. And it's true, they did. I can testify for this because I have tested it. I have tried it. So I know that it works beautifully. Which I will have more videos coming up, obviously, once I have that video released on July 10th. So, remember, think about the value as I'm, excuse me, as I'm going through this, think about the value that you are getting here. I cannot talk today. I'm sorry. Now, on top of the gaming, we have just covered the gaming. You know, this television is truly aimed for gaming. And the size, 48-inch, it's a perfect size for gaming. But on top of the gaming, you can also appreciate a filmmaker mode, which gives the unbelievably amazing color and picture quality for your movies, to give you that movie experience, especially if you're watching HDR and Dolby Vision movies. Don't forget, this TV also supports all of the HDR formats, from hybrid log gamma, Technicolor, Dolby Vision, HDR10. So it got you covered with all of the HDR formats. You don't have to worry about, oh, does my TV support this HDR format? It doesn't matter. This television LG supports all the HDR formats that are currently available across the board. And on top of that, you are getting Dolby Atmos built into it. Of course, with a Dolby Vision. Dolby Atmos is an outstanding audio processing. And this 48-inch OLED has this outstanding speakers built inside of it. I couldn't believe just how powerful the sound that comes out of those speakers. They're hidden behind the panel. I was simply blown away. It was almost as if there was a sound bar behind it. I will talk more about the audio features and how amazing the audio is on this LG OLED, but you'll have to just trust me. I was simply blown away by the audio quality and how clean and powerful the sound was coming out of that TV, which I will talk about that on a separate video. This is just me giving you some idea on the value of this TV. Now, there's a filmmaker mode. I just talked about the filmmaker mode for those of you who are, also interested in watching movies. Yes, you can watch a movie on this TV. It is a small TV. It is a 48-inch. It's not a big TV, but hey, you can still enjoy your movies, sit a little bit closer with this 48-inch, and it has a filmmaker mode. So film buffs can see what the directors have envisioned. Filmmaker mode, it's a setting that respects the craft. It translates a director's cinematic vision to your TV with automatic picture and processor settings and brings true authenticity. Meaning the way director and principal photography had intended that movie to look, it's going to look on Dolby Vision. So that's one of the reasons why you should think about also the value of this TV. Not only can you game on this TV, but at the same time, you also got this filmmaker mode to think about as well. And of course, you got your user interface that comes with the LG applications. LG application supports Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime, all your favorite YouTube, all your favorite applications. So you get that on top of that. It's a smart TV as well, obviously. So another thing I want to talk about is the OLED Motion Pro. This is another feature that really has helped with this Alpha 9 processing chip. This Alpha 9, that's how you call it, Alpha 9, not really A9. I know a lot of you like to nickname it A9 with that acronym, but that's fine. But LG says you should call it Alpha 9. It's a Alpha 9 third generation processing chip. And this Alpha 9 third generation processing chip really does a great job with the Motion Pro. I have not noticed any judder. I looked at my E8, I can notice the judder. I look at my Samsung Q8F and I can notice the judder. I look at my TCL, I can see the judder. With this one, with this third generation Alpha 9 processing chip, I barely have seen any judder whatsoever. And that means that you're going to get that best possible soap opera effect. If you love soap opera effect, regardless of what Tom Cruise says, if you love soap opera effect, this TV will blow you away with that soap opera effect. Perfect for sports. It's mainly for the sports. It's not really for a movie because the film director didn't intend the movie to look 60 FPS or higher. The movies are recorded at the 24 frames per second, so it's not intended for you to have that soap opera effect. It's really meant for a fast moving images like sports. If you're watching sports, this will be a welcome addition. So Motion Pro for the sports right there. And this is just some of the features. I mean, there's still more There's still more for me to cover here, but it would take a long time for me to cover every single aspect of this. Let's just go through this one more time before I end the video. Okay, picture processor. It's a Alpha 9 third generation processor, 120 Hz native. It has Cinema HDR, Dolby Vision, HDR10, HLG, Dolby Vision, IQ, which is the filmmaker mode, HDR Dynamic Tone Mapping Pro. It also has an Advanced Contrast Enhancer, Ultra Lumens Pro, which gives you a brighter picture. Has outstanding color accuracy measurement. On top of that, intense colors, billions of rich colors, advanced color enhancer, true color accuracy pro. This television will simply blow you away by the color accuracy. It has the capabilities of G-Sync and a FreeSync. It may not be available with every product. Some products support FreeSync, some they don't. It really depends on the product that you're using. If you're using an Xbox One X, yes, it will support it. If you're using NVIDIA GPU, of course, it will support the G-Sync. And we covered all of this stuff here as well. I don't have to go through all of this. Listen, this TV, without a doubt, is the best value that you can get, in my opinion, for the money. No other TV, in my opinion, is going to give you the value that the OLED does. And I haven't really scratched the surface here. There's more stuff to cover here, which I will cover throughout coming weeks. Testing certain games like Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, etc., etc., etc. Testing the Google Stadia, testing Shadow through my NVIDIA Shield Pro. There will be more tests, the filmmaker mode with the Oppo 4K UHD Blu-ray player. I'll be testing all of these things in the coming weeks. But I'm just trying to give you, in this 20+ minute video, I'm just trying to give you some idea on why you should think about this television, why you should think about it. It's really aimed for gaming, and that's what LG told me. They really created this TV, specifically this model, for gaming. I will leave a link down below where you can purchase it. It's $1,500. I think the price is justified for what you're getting here. Remember, you are getting a brand new OLED. OLED, it's a very expensive technology, and not only are you getting the latest 2020 OLED, but you're getting the latest processing chip and all the bells and whistles that you can think of, you are getting included with this TV. But it's mainly specifically aimed for gaming. But it can do other things like movies, sports, etc., etc., etc. So I just want to give you my thoughts and opinions on the value. Remember, we're talking about the value here, and that's how I grade any product. Is I look at the value, and what is the value I'm getting from this television. All right, guys, happy 4th of July. I'll see you tonight on the live stream. And don't forget, July 10th, this Friday, the official review. It is coming from LG. That was gifted to me, that television. I did a 7-minute, 11-second review. Can't wait for you guys to see that video. It will be available July 10th, this upcoming Friday. Take care, and happy 4th of July. See you tonight.